Hi, my name is Mohsin. As many of you know, I've been the one who's been sending emails and pretty much late at night as well. So thank you all for coming again. I work with a fund called Infuse Ventures, and today's Startup Showcase is basically the conclusion of a 2-month program that we've been running for early stage startups in this space. So we have 10 startups that are coming from a program called PowerStart and 4 startups coming from a program called Renewables Seed. As you can see, they're both supported by their own set of partners and sponsors. So Infuse is a 125 crore fund that was set up around 2 years back as a unique public-private academia collaboration. We have a very unique set of partners in the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, private sector players like BP Ventures, of which we have Vivek, who's going to be representing. We have a couple of private banks on board, and of course we are housed at and managed by CIIE, which is the business incubator at the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. So without further ado, I'm just going to introduce Professor Basant, who's our chairperson at CIIE. He's going to basically speak a few words, and then we'll pass on to the Infuse team.
Thanks, Mohsin, and a very good morning to all of you. And very, very warm welcome to this event. Thanks very much for taking time to come here. I don't want to take any more time. We are already running late. The only thing I want to say is that if the Infuse team has not convinced you that we are doing great work at CIIE, I would invite you to come to the center and see for yourself. I think we are doing very exciting work. And a person like me who's an academic, when he's surrounded by people like them, I am enthused all the time. So thanks once again for coming. CII is an activity which IMA is very proud about and very keen on. So I hope you will continue to help us in making it even more exciting and interesting. That should be good enough, Mohsin, right? Okay. So thanks for coming again. The investors will open their purse strings, I'm sure, and the companies who are going to present will do a great job. All the best to all of you. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. So now on to the Infuse team. So we have a pretty, at our barrage is over here. So Shyam is right there, who's going to be emceeing for the rest of the day. You have Amber, Kunal, Kanan, Vibhor, Mudit. We also are missing Anil, who was here until 5 minutes back, but you can spot him, he's a really tall guy. So so yeah, in case you want to interact with any of us later in the day, you know whom to get in touch with. And I'm just now going to hand over the mic to Shyam, who's going to talk about briefly what the PowerStart program was about and why it is that we're doing this. And after that, I'll hand over the mic to Amber, who's going to talk about the Renewables Seed program and what that was about. Shyam, all of you.
Thank you all so much for coming today and for all the teams that have managed to survive 8 weeks of being bludgeoned to death here, hearing us go on and on about how startups should grow and what startups should do and the whole 9 yards in this accelerator program. Hope we have not bored you to death. Hope it was of some use. And this is, don't think of it as a culmination of anything. This is just the start of the journey, and we're going to be with you guys all the way through, regardless of what happens with the showcase or not. I mean, it's a very, very long journey that we're starting here on. So now, what was PowerStart this year about? We run an annual accelerator program called PowerStart. So this year, the focus was on looking at ways to enable adoption of clean tech, and primarily with bringing in elements of IT, financial engineering, and other elements to be able to enable adoption. But core, this year, focus was on IoT and clean tech, because there was a lot of emphasis on data and data collection and sensors, etc., in being able to enable this adoption. And we wanted to see how can IoT help clean tech actually grow much faster. So which was the whole concept. So there were lots of overarching themes such as smart buildings, smart manufacturing, smart agriculture, and the whole smart city overarching theme where all of these things would fall under. And we were looking for startups that can come in and play a pivotal role in enabling these companies to grow much faster and for this whole sector to take off. So this is not about necessarily looking for large project development kind of companies in solar or wind, but here the primary focus was on looking at how can this whole concept of IoT help the clean tech sector grow, which was the whole overarching theme under which we ended up selecting the startups that came to participate for PowerStart. So smart transport, smart agri, smart energy, smart buildings, all of these were the themes under which we were selecting the startups. So now you've been through this program and we've got a lot more investors coming in through the day. So hopefully when you're showcasing, you will get a chance to interact with more investors between angels and funds who are here outside of the Infuse team who will get to see what you're presenting. And hopefully this will lead on to further constructive conversations post this meeting, and which will enable you to meet all your financing needs as you go ahead, or at least kick it off. So which is the whole point of the exercise we are doing today. And hope you have a great day, and please interact with us as you progress through the day. For people who are here for the first time as investors and as people from the ecosystem, do engage with us as the Infuse team, and we can talk to you a lot more about the stuff that we do and the activities that we do and the investments that we have made in case you want to know more about it. So I'd like to pass the mic off to Amber to talk more about the Renewable Energy Seed program, whose participants are also part of the presenters today.
Plays within the clean tech sector. What we realized, I mean, given renewable is a very important area of focus for Infuse, what we've realized is that while there is a lot of buzz about clean tech, solar in particular, a lot of things have not really happened. Things which can enable the sector to actually grow much faster. While you see a lot of activity happening on the government side, especially the National Solar Mission, there is a whole, commercial segment, the residential and industrial segment, where the tariffs have become so high that solar, for example, is becoming more and more attractive. But the uptake of these solutions have typically been low. And one of the reasons we fundamentally believe is the fact that a lot of enabling mechanism is missing. Things around customer acquisition, providing finance to the end customers. I mean, and even operations and maintenance, all the after sales bit. All of this is where the focus has still been missing, because you end up seeing a lot of company being installers and developers of projects, but some of these critical services have still not happened. So we decided that let's look for some of these plays which can fill in the gaps in the market, whether it is in terms of product innovation, financial innovation, different business models, using IT to make ventures that can scale up faster, which can be of value not just to end customers, but even installers and developers. So that was the intention with which we launched the Renewable Seed program in November. And there are a few companies that we finally shortlisted. From the center, we gave them piloting grants to at least take that first step and showcase something that can then be scaled up. So we are happy to have some of the companies who would be presenting as part of the event today. So hope you find them interesting. Look forward to your feedback. So do interact with them after the sessions. Thanks.
We'll quickly get on with the proceedings of the day. But before that, a couple of pointers. So we are social. We like to think we are social. So if those of you who are active on social media, please tweet away. You can, the Infuse handle is @Infuse Ventures. You can use any of the two hashtags. And we have a pretty interesting experiment that we're trying to do today is those of you who are presenting, the 14 startups amongst you, please try and see if you can limit your business idea or model into a tweet. 140 characters. You can tweet that yourself, or you can get in touch with me or Amit. So Amit is right there at the back. Amit is from a media agency called B-Hub, and they're helping us today with some of these social media activities. Thank you so much for being here. So again, please do keep this in mind. It's a simple thing that we're trying to do. Your business idea in 140 characters, if you can just shorten it and either reach out to me, you can tweet it yourself, or reach out to me or get in touch with Amit. All right? Okay, so before that, we'll start off right away. Umesh, if you could come on board. So we are following the schedule, the the order of startups in there with a small change. Renexol and RONS. So basically, there's going to be a switch between the two. If you can just make a note of it in the agenda. So one team from the second part and one team from the third part. Basically, a small switch. Otherwise, we are on schedule. 8 minutes is what we have asked the startups to take for the pitch, followed by 7 minutes of Q&A. So at most, we'll have time for 1 or 2 questions. I'd request the startups to please stick to the time limit. I'm keeping time, so in case you're overboard, I will cut you off. So over to you, Umesh.